कहानी को हिंदी में सुनने के लिए नीचे डिस्क्रिप्शन पे दिए लिंक पे क्लिक करें।
Long time ago, in a distant hamlet called Tashi in Arunachal Pradesh, there lived a man named Tai Bida. He belonged to a poor family. One day, Tai Bida went to the forest for hunting, but after searching for a while, he could not find even one prey. He thought, I cannot return home empty-handed. I must get something to feed my family. With this thought, he decided to go deeper into the forest in the hope of finding a hunt. As he ventured deeper, he noticed that the forest was getting darker and denser, with not a single sun ray peeking through, and everything around him was covered in fog. As he walked further, he spotted a black-colored animal behind some bushes. As he approached, he discovered that the animal is a wild she-mithun. Its appearance was very unique and strange. It has long, large horns, deep black eyes, and skin that seemed to have absorbed the deep dark color of the forest itself. Instead of hunting it down, Tai Bida thought of domesticating it. As he did not have a single mithun, he brought the mithun home and began to domesticate it with love and care. As a result of his efforts, the she-mithun bore many offspring. Within a year, Tai Bida realized that this mithun is not an ordinary one, as it gave birth to more than 100 offspring in just 1 year. The mithun brought fortune to Tai Bida, as he became very rich by selling many of the mithuns. Years passed, and one night, Tai Bida attended a village meeting regarding a marriage ceremony. The elders there asked Tai Bida to sacrifice a mithun from his side. He accepted the proposal, and the very next day, he brought the she-mithun from the forest and tied it in his yard. That night, when his family inquired, Tai Bida told them that he is going to sacrifice the she-mithun for the marriage, as she is very old and might die in the coming days, so it is better to give her away for the sacrifice. Their conversation was overheard by the old she-mithun. She started suddenly making strange noises continuously. That night, Tai Bida had a dream where he saw an old woman crying. Upon asking why she is crying, the woman replied, I gave you wealth, name, fame, happiness, everything that a mortal desires. But in return, you are going to sacrifice me. Tai Bida is awakened by the noise of the she-mithun. He went outside to check on her. He found that the she-mithun is moving noisily, looking towards the sky in various directions while standing. He thought she might be crying out of sadness, knowing she would soon be sacrificed, and he went back to sleep. The next day, he found that the she-mithun had escaped loosening the rope. He planned to bring her back and set off into the forest. After walking for a while, he suddenly stopped bewildered. He saw 1,000 footprints of mithuns walking together in one direction, which seemed very unnatural. Actually, that night, the she-mithun was not crying. She was calling all her offsprings wandering in different parts of the directions, and after gathering all of them, she led them all into the darkness of the forest. Tai Bida decided to follow the footprints, continuing on and on. After many hours, the footprints led him to a pond. Tai Bida looked around, but he could not see a single mithun. It seemed as though the thousands of mithuns had vanished into thin air. Realizing the great mistake he had made, Tai Bida knelt down sobbing. He asked for forgiveness and pleaded for the she-mithun to return to him. But even after many hours, nothing happened. With a broken heart, Tai Bida returns from the lake. Even today, the same lake exists under the name Ganga Lake, just 10 kilometers away from the Itanagar, capital of Arunachal Pradesh. It is said that the lake was formed from the tears of the old she-mithun. In ancient times, the lake was called Gyekar Sinyik, and Tai Bida is known as the founder of Ganga Lake. Friends, the mysterious and mystical journey of Tai Bida does not end here. Even while returning from the lake, many strange incidents happened to him. If you want to know the end of Tai Bida's story, like and subscribe to the channel to get notifications.